An exciting time.
Yeah.
And I'm finding so many more people are ready to move in their on their spiritual journey. Are you finding that true?
Well, I think so, especially because we're faced with a challenging time in terms of the world and the politics and the economics, the environment. People are not so comfortable, really, in terms of where they're at materially.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go one of two ways with that. You can either go into a dark place, or you can go into that. It can be it can be a time to inspire you to, great spiritual heights. I think we have to look at a whole different program now in terms of how we're going to do things on the planet.
I think you're right. And change is such an important thing. We work on ourselves, and then we have to let ourselves go for the next change possible for us.
Yeah.
And I think one of is it Buddhists, or you probably know more about this than I do, where they do their sand thing.
Oh, yes.
They make all that beautiful medallion in the sand.
And
they
Tibetan
work,
Buddhist monks.
Is that who?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, to me that is such a honest statement of our beingness. We work on it, and then we create something new.
Yeah.
And we're always creating something new if we truly want to create ourselves new.
Yeah, for those viewers who don't know, and it's supposed to be quite something to see. These Tibetan monks, and they're chanting, I think, right when they're doing it. They make this beautiful mandala from sand, different colored sand, and then when it's complete, showing that everything is temporary.
Yes. I think you have to learn to laugh at yourself.
You do.
I have the best time laughing at myself because I have made so many wonderful mistakes that I just have to sit and say, okay, girl, just keep going.
Yeah. And, I think even in the material world, those multi-millionaire people, if you ever chat to them, they'll tell you, I learned the biggest lessons from my biggest defeats.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have certainly known a lot of those people that have told me just that.
Yeah.
Through the years.
Yeah. Yeah. Our philosophy, I know, is that in fact, I give them this example a lot on the show. My own guru used to say that if you have $100,000 in your bank account, you don't have to worry about your $5 or your $10 problems. So if you reach this state of pure consciousness, self-realization, all that other stuff's taken care of. The material, whatever, right?
Absolutely. And that is true. Because the only thing you have is yourself.
Yeah.
And the consciousness that you're in. And all else will come to you to support your spiritual growth.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of people go the other way. Well, if only I had this.
Yes.
Then I would do that.
Yes.
But I don't have that. Yeah.
There's been so many times on my journey when I've had to just go out in faith. Moving to Detroit from Kansas City was moving out in faith.
Yeah.
And taking myself up the 7 steps when I was leaving Kansas City and going into Detroit and knowing that that was what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And coming here and finding a whole spiritual family ready to move in consciousness. But at that time, I didn't know it.
Yeah.
I had to let go of everything. My family was in Kansas City.
Your grandchildren.
My grandchildren, my church, my support group. I was teaching classes, Unity Village, where I taught classes.
And that is the international center for you.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I was in Detroit, and all kinds of wonderful doors opened for supporting others to become more of who they are.